Namaskar, my dear students. How are you? And all the viewers. I myself, Praful Prajapati, welcome to you in grand academic program Pass Thawanu Pranchangrut presented by GSTV and the HB Kapadia group of school. Students, you know we present this type of academic program every year, which are very useful to the weak students to pass and to the brilliant student to get A1 rank. Students, in today's episode, we are going to discuss one of the important topics named an application writing, which will be very useful to get you more marks in your board exam. Students, let us we see how an application be written in a fair way and how can more and more marks can be get from the application question. Students, as we know that this type of question is asked in part B, it is asked in section C and in question number 8. The value of this question is marks 7, means our responsibilities are greater now. First, we will discuss the format of an application, means the plan of application, how should application be written in a very nice way. Students, first we know that the name of the applicant and address is written on the right side of the top. The name and the address is already given your question paper. So, we should write according to the question paper, but we have to keep one important matter in our mind, that this name and address should be written in a proper way. First, after the name, we do not put any punctuation mark, either comma or full stop. After the name, the place comes for the address, which is given in the question paper. The left side of the address should go parallel, which is very important to get more and more marks. As we know that this is our descriptive type of question. So, only what to write is not important, but how to write is an equally important. So, we should keep in our mind that the left side should go parallel as far as possible, and in the address at the end of the every step we should put comma, and at the end of the name of the city we should put full stop. This is very important in our application writing. Now, completing our address, below the address the turn comes for the date. We should write the date in this way, 3rd Jan 2016, but if we write the date in a simple matter as like 3, then we will surely lose our marks. This is the wrong method. We should write 3rd Jan, 24th Jan, 25th, 1st Jan in this way, and after the date the turn comes to the recipients. The turn to the recipients position and address to whom we are going to write an application. Suppose our application is for the post of a teacher, then who will be the recipients? The principal. Suppose our application we are going to apply for the post of a clerk or salesman, then our position for the recipients will be the manager or the managing director according to our question. After the position we should put comma, again we should put punctuation mark, very careful where it is necessary and where it is proper. Where there should be comma, we should write comma, and we should write only full stop after the name of the city. It is also equally important. After the position we should write the name of the institute or the company, the HBK New High School, or if we are going to apply for the clerk or for the salesman, then we should write, as for example, the Reliance Industries Limited, the Tata Industries Limited, whatever given in our question paper, right. And below the recipient address, the term comes for the subject, an application for the post of an English teacher, an application for the post of a commerce teacher, an application for the post of a manager, which you are given in your question paper. Students, after below the subject, the term comes to salutation, which is very important. In our last before 2 years in standard 10, we write my dear father, my dear brother, but this is our official letter, official application. So, we should write respected sir, respected ma'am. In this column, student, we should keep care that the R and S of sir must be in capital, and after salutation we should put comma, otherwise we will surely lose our marks. After that, we should write the body of application, means the main para of our application. As for example, I have come to know from today's newspaper, the Times of India, the Gujarat Samachar, the Sandesh, which you are given in your question paper, that there is a vacant post for an English teacher in your school, in your company, in your firm, in your institute, etc. So, I apply for the same post. I state my personal biodata, educational qualifications, experience and other details as under. After the body, the main para of application, the students, the term comes for our main point of application, and that is personal biodata of a candidate. Students, we know that there are so many points as like nationality, height, weight, but we know that for the post of a teacher, the height, weight, nationality is not important point. So, write only those points which are proper. In personal biodata, students, we should write the main clues for the candidate as like name, birth date, age, gender, height, weight, class, hobby, languages, mother tongue, nationality, and please take care that after personal biodata, the one of the most important point of our application is educational qualifications. Please be mind that if your educational qualification is wrong for the given post to you in the question paper, you will not get marks. As in this column, we should write first number, degree, subject, passing year, board, university and percentage. As for example, for English teacher, what should be our qualification? First SSC, then HSC, BA, MA. In the science teacher, SSC, HSC, after BSc, MSc, BEd is necessary for the teacher, but not in any application. And after that subject, you should write our main subject, English, Gujarati, Hindi and BSc Maths, science teacher, Maths, Science, we should write. Student, now it is the time for break and we will meet after some time. Please keep watching GS TV. Students, again welcome in Pasthanu Panchamrut after small interval. And now we are learning our question for application. Students, we know that after our educational qualification, that point comes for the experience. In this question, we should write the experience of the candidate. As for example, in this way, I have been serving, I have been working as an English teacher, as a commerce teacher, as a manager in for 7 years, for last 2 years, for last 3 years in so and so high school, in so and so company, as for Reliance company, in so and so high school. After experience, the terms come from expected salary. We can write as per government rule, or if we can also write 20,000 per month, 25,000 per month, we can write any of these. After expected salary, we have to write references. Please remember that we have to write 2 references. In this first, we have to write the name of the popular person. He or she may be the principal, the MLA of area or anyone. Students, in the same way, Sri A.K. Trivedi, after the name we should not write any type of punctuation mark. After the name we should write the position of the person, the principal or the manager, the managing director. After the position, again we should put comma, and then we should write the name of the institute, the name of the school, the name of the company, the name of the firm, and after it we should write the name of the area, here Station Road, and at last we should write the name of the city, the name of the town, and then we have to put full stop after the name of the city. In the same way, we should write second reference for the second reference in the way Sri A. U. Patel. Again, there should not be any punctuation mark. The principal, comma, J.K. Arts College, Athwa Road, Surat, and the terms comes from the closing part of our application. It should be written after the reference. Sir, if I am given a chance, I shall try my best. I shall try my best to satisfy my superior and my students with my hard work, sincerity and honesty. At last we should write hoping for favorable response, and after it the term comes from signature. Yours sincerely, Y of yours must be capital and S for sincerely should be small, and after yours sincerely we should put comma, and then the name or the signature of the candidate given in our question paper. After that, students, we have to write enclosures. In this column, students, we have to write the list of all type of documents and mark sheet which are necessary for the post of teacher. In the same way, student, first true copies of the following certificate. First, true copy of living certificate, true copy of SSC mark sheet, a true copy of HSC mark sheet, true copy of BA mark sheet, true copy of MA mark sheet, true copy of BEd mark sheet, and at last we should write true copy of experience certificate. But students, if you do not have too much time and you want to complete it just in a line, then there is another way, that a true copy of every necessary document, or instead of these 7 lines you can also write a true copy of every necessary document or a true copy of all the necessary documents, right. And now we have learnt about an application. Follow this, then I am sure that you will get more and more mark in your application. Yet if there is any question in your mind, you may please ask. Yes.
What qualification for a public relation officer?
Yes, very good question. Students, we have just discussed that the educational qualification is our one of the most important parts in an application. Without right educational qualification, we will not get our targeted marks. Students, in our public relation officer or our social welfare officer, we should write our qualification SSC, then HSC. After SSC, HSC, we should write MSW or MLW, which is the full form of Master of Social Welfare. Yes, any other question, students? Very good.
To whom should I an application for the post of proofreader?
Proofreader, very good question. Students, we have discussed in our recipient's position. The question is related to the recipient's position. If we are going to write an application, if we are going to apply for the proofreader, we should address to the editor, the Gujarat Samachar, to the editor, the Gujarat Samachar, or to the editor, the Times of India, according to our question. In short, the recipients will be the editor instead of the principal, instead of the manager.
What is experience for the post of a principal?
Yes, it's a very good question. Students, most of the application, most of the students do this type of mistakes. They write generally 2 or 3 years experience in any, but we know that for a principal there must be minimum 5 years experience as a teacher. After completing your B.Ed, you must have minimum 5 years experience as a teacher for the post of principal. Students, after discussing about application, now we are going to discuss one of another important questions, report writing. Students, we know that report is a description of any event or factual data. So, this report should be narrated, should be written in past tense, and it should be written, most of the sentence should be written in passive voice with the help of to be plus past participle. Most of the sentence should be write in past tense and it should be narrated in passive voice. First, after reading your question carefully, first you should write the title, and keep in mind that the right title should be in the middle of your page, and below the title on the right side top the turn comes for the date and place. After the date and place, we should write our report, and please remember that our report should be written only in a paragraph of about 100 words. And then we know that in our formal beginning we have to write when was the function held. As for example, yesterday a sports day was celebrated, yesterday the blood donation camp was held, yesterday last Sunday last year the Republic Day was celebrated in our school. In this question, sports day report, we should write yesterday the sports day was celebrated in our school. Then we have to write where it was held. It was held on our school playground. How the function should be celebrated? Student, it was celebrated with great joy and enthusiasm. Our school building was decorated with colorful ribbons and balloons. Our sports minister was invited as a chief guest. All the students and teachers gathered on the ground at 8 a.m. The program started with a nice prayer song, and then students, we have to write actually what happened in that event, what happened in that program. Then the chief minister was welcomed by our principal. A short speech was given by our chief guest. Now we will meet after a short break, and please keep watching પાસ થવાનું પંચામૃત. Students, after a small interval, again welcome in પાસ થવાનું પંચામૃત. Our report is continuing. Students, in this, after this we have to write in his speech. Now this is the turn for the chief guest speech. In his speech he said, such activities are very helpful for the students in future in coming years. There were different events like kho-kho, tennis, football, basketball, chess, etc. Students, please remember that the first letter of each event should be written in capital. And then our sports teacher had planned all the events. All the students showed extraordinary performance, and finally at the end the name of the winners were declared. The winners were given prizes and certificates at the hand of chief guest. In the end, a short speech was given by our principal. In his speech, he thanked the chief guest and he congratulated the winners. The program ended with national anthem. And students, in this way we conclude our report. And please remember all these points, and I am sure that you can write very fair report and you can get more and more marks out of 5. Students, after completing report, we have brought out some selected reports which will may be asked in the exam and which are asked in many board exams also. First, write a report on Independence Day or Republic Day held in your school. Student, there is another report for possibility may be asked in the board exam, the report on blood donation camp, how a bus accident took place. A visit to Science City in Gujarat, there may be asked this type of report. A report on inter-class cricket match and any educational visit, just like visit to ISRO, etc. And there may be asked another report, the prize distribution function held at your school. And students, I am sure that if you follow this point, but please keep practice writing at home in regular time. And if you have written practice, then I am sure that you will get more and more marks out of 5. And I myself, Praful Prajapati, again wish you all the best on behalf of GSTV and the HB Kapadia group of schools. Yet you have any difficulty, you may ask us in another episode also, and in this way we are going to represent so many episodes in different subject, which will be very helpful to the weak students to pass and to the brilliant students to get A1 rank. Again, I wish you all the best on behalf of GSTV and the HB Kapadia group of school students. Thanks.